And welcome back to the iceHQ ice rink in Reservoir, Melbourne, Australia, on Warringini and Warring traditional land, where we are about to see round two, game two of the Pro Summer League here at iceHQ between the Snipers and the Bruins. This will be a cracker this evening. I'm Carl Brewer, and joining me once again is the erudite Anton Goss. Last week, Matt Carina from the Bruins tore the Inferno to bits with a hat-trick from rushes. Can the Snipers contain him? They'll need a more organised defence to do it, but they kept the Dogs to just a paltry 3 goals last week. They'll need to score, though, the Snipers. With just the one last week by Liam Gallagher, can they up the ante and create more opportunities? The key will be Logan Gallagher, who got achingly close last week. The Snipers also welcome back Michael McMahon, who, as we know, is an enormous difference maker. He is the Rock of Gibraltar in defence. I'd personally like to see him get a little bit more involved in attacks and involve himself more in trying to create scoring opportunities, but he's such an amazingly strong physical defenseman that he makes a massive difference to a game, and when he's on the ice, you're very, very hard to score against. For the Bruins, they had a spread of scorers last week. All their forwards scored at least one, with Karuna's hat-trick added into that as well, but they'll need to be more defensively minded. They gave away 4 goals to the Inferno last week, and you can't do that and expect to win regularly. Players like the Snipers, Liam Webster, will find any weaknesses and exploit them without mercy. Goalie Mikey James will have to be switched on from the start and watch for Webster at any face-offs up close to the Snipers goal. He does love those cheeky little poke-throughs and getting shots away. Anton, what do you think about round 2, game 2 between the Snipers and the Bruins?
I think we're going to have a great game. You know, as you mentioned, the Snipers, a few more bodies this week, right?
I think they got 2 lines.
They had a really good game last week, and I think they just got a little tired in the third, which you mentioned, and they're buoyed by the bearded beauty. He's back, right? Michael McMahon, who'll give some great support on defense there, and hoping for another great game by Kieran Brown, who's in for Tommy Forrest for a couple weeks, and he made some unreal saves last week.
He did. They've got some class players too. For mine, I think Liam Webster is such an important game maker for the Snipers as well. He just wins face-offs when you need them. Now, you don't win all of them, of course, it's not possible to do so, but he has a really nasty habit of winning face-offs when they really matter, those defensive zone ones when you have to win it, and those offensive opportunities. Great at creating those plays, and his teammates know that they can rely on that as well. And imagine being run into by Michael McMahon.
Yeah, that's for sure. Big hits there. Sure. And up forward, you got Bobby Clark as well for the Snipers. But down the other end, arguably the top goaltender from last season, playing for the Snipers at that time, Mikey James. He let in 2 goals early last week, but after that was rock solid. Up forward, they've also have the addition, the Bruins of Christian Pansino, who's back on the ice this week, and he's going to take that left wing role, moving Warren down to the second line. So again, what was so great for the Bruins last week was they just rolled the lines, and every single one that came out was strong and was able to score, hold the puck. And at this stage, Jordan Warren's commitment to an undefeated season is on the line against a good Snipers team.
It certainly is. I think the big thing, an interesting matchup will be to see what happens when Matt Karuna's on the ice for the Bruins. Do the Snipers make sure that McMahon is on when Karuna's on? I guess we'll wait and see what happens with that, or do they trust all 4 of their D to be able to deal with him? Because we know just how potent he is if he gets a break. If he gets behind your D, you can put down your glasses. That's a goal against almost any goalie in the country. So you've got to make sure he's contained. If you let him get behind you, McMahon won't. Can pretty much guarantee that. But,
I'm also interested to see David Nelson out here. So Jordan Warren called him the steal of the draft. Countryman over from Canada. They're from West Carleton. So it'll be interesting to see, him play. He'll be playing on the back end there. And we've also got Captain T-Blades out there, right? He had a good game last week, Ray Khalil. Yep. I saw him posting on socials, the Freight Ray is coming, so he promised a couple bruising hits tonight. But this Bruins team have looked much improved from last season, and at this stage look like the team most likely to stop the reign of the Dogs.
Well, we'll wait and see. It's going to be interesting at the end of the day, but it is great to have the boys here.
Too early
Liam Webster giving us a smile, saying, "Watch this, boys. Watch this face-off."
It's too early to talk about tomorrow when they play against the Dogs next week. They've got a formidable team in the Snipers, the Bruins here, and Captain Liam Webster will face off against Todd Cutter as the Bruins have Cutter, Pansino, and Birchler out on the ice. And face off one forward there. Puck collected here by McMahon, who sends it off the wall up to Spencer Nave. Spencer Nave playing here with Bobby Clark and Liam Webster. So the youngster here for the Snipers with two veterans. And that was Bobby Clark trying to lay the body there on Kruzlev. Another shot there, saved by Kieran Brown and collected here by the captain of Liam Webster. He curls away from Birchler, still with it, finds a nice pass, but just missed Bobby Clark, and Todd Cutter will send that up to the youngster Gavin Birchler, who now sends that in for Christian Pansino. So it looks like, despite the lineup card coming in with Pansino up on that top line, it looks like Warren is going to stick out there with Corona and Walt, who performed so admirably last week, each finishing with 3 points. So puck in here deep. Christian Pansino battling with Webster, lays the body, allows Todd Cutter to collect it. He's battling there, and with the puck comes Liam Webster behind the net. Trying to find Clark, out for Cutter, shot, saved there by Brown. That was an uncharacteristically poor pass there by Webster, cut off there by Cutter, scores! Just like that, I don't think anyone saw it, and from the looks of it, it looks like it tapped off the skate of Liam Webster and into the back of the net, and the Bruins are back ahead 1-0 here against the Snipers.
So Bruins up, and an unfortunate deflection there for Webster. Would be pretty unhappy with that, but there's not much you can do. You get those unlucky deflections sometimes, and it's just, if you're in the play, that's just the way it goes. Yeah,
he was in the right spot, but that puck came through everyone and just tapped off the skate, and might not be one of the prettiest goals the Bruins have scored, but definitely one that they'll take. And they're here 1-0 early, where they probably started a little bit late last game, where they let in one in the first 40 seconds.
Sure, you remember Gretzky's law. You miss 100% of the ones you don't take.
That's for sure. So here's Warren with speed circling in the zone. He takes that into the corner, getting hacked at there by Koenig, and Warren still with it. So the captain battling hard, gets it back to Corona, Corona here. So here's Corona now with it. He's got the puck, sends that on and into the chest of Kieran Brown, and he covers that one up.
And we're about to see Michael McMahon come on for his first shift. It's been 2.5 minutes. He's still sitting off the ice. He hasn't actually had a shift yet.
He started the game there, Carl. So he had a quick shift. I think a little bit of line matching. So he started off and then went straight to the bench. But as you mentioned, they probably missed him on that first goal. So puck comes out to the point, and that's circled down into Warren, and the Snipers get it down the length of the ice, but that's going to be icing. And so far, it's been all Bruins, as the Snipers haven't been able to get it out of their own zone.
So if you play B-League here, the icing rule that's in play is the International Ice Hockey Federation rule, where if the puck is played down from behind your red line, crosses the red line at the other end without being touched, it's a face-off back in your own defensive area, and you're not allowed to change.
So face-off here, Lazzarato against Walt, and Walt wins that back to Warren, who winds up, takes a shot, saved there by Brown. Here's Corona circling with it. Corona gets it back to the point. That was Nelson sending it down to Corona. Back to Nelson. Nelson winds, shot, saved there by Kieran Brown, and he gets up and the puck is loose. Collected there by Corona, and Nelson patrolling the point, takes it over to his backhand. Still with it is Nelson, but he's checked well by Koenig. Back to Corona, who sends that deep. And here's Warren. You'd claim this is nearly a power play, the way that the Bruins are able to cycle this puck around. And that's stolen there by Corona, and now finally out. But still with it is the Bruins, as the Snipers have yet to collect the puck, touch the puck outside of their own zone. And finally, Logan Gallagher gets the puck there in the neutral zone and gets it over to Liam Webster. So here's the captain. Nice little move. Takes it to his backhand. Oh, was looking top shelf there, and just missed that little opportunity that was there, and that went out into the netting, and we'll need a new puck.
So it's a great example of Webster making something out of nothing. It was a very congested bit of play, but he managed to find a lot of space and finally get a pretty decent shot away.
Yeah, you look at the way he skates as well, and just opens up that nice little opportunity for the toe drag, and he loses that face-off there to the Bruins, and here comes Nathan Keisha through the neutral zone, takes that over the blue line. Still with it is Keisha, takes it to the backhand, curls, takes a shot, saved there by Brown. Puck comes out now, still with it is Keisha, sends it behind for Birchler. He's got Freight Ray, Captain T-Blade there at the point, but doesn't give it to him, and he'll instead reverse that down for Seb Bergstrom. Seb Bergstrom now over to the half wall for Keisha. Webster finds it and gets it up to Nave, who tried to chip it past Birchler, but Birchler was able to keep it in. Michael McMahon now reverses to his D partner in Cy Lake, who finds Bobby Clark. looking for Spencer Nave, just misses him, and first back will be Nathan Keisha as the icing is waved off. Little chip forward there, kept in by Lake. He sends that deep, and Liam Webster will battle there hard with Mikey James, but the goaltender was able to get there first. Here we go now. That's Seb Bergstrom finding Birchler. So Birchler here on the left takes a shot. Blocker save there by Brown. Still with it is Birchler. Tried to chip it in front to Cutter, and the puck squirts out to the back of the net. Cutter now still has it. He's got Krutzev at the point, but decides to reverse it around, and in on it will be Dylan Morris. Corunna whips it in, blocked there by Webster, who puts his head up and finds Clark, who's 1-on-2, and that was Dylan Morris just chipping that away and out into the neutral zone.
Sort of steal there by Morris, getting underneath.
Warren,
stealing the puck.
Yeah, Warren just sends it into a good area, collected by Walt, and just offside there as Matt Corunna jumped the gun a little bit. And he apologizes to his
Connors with a nice piece of play too, just disrupting the flow of that play and creating the opportunity.
So this line looks to be starting off right where they left off. They've been very dominant when on the ice is Jordan Warren, Josh Walt, and Mac Corunna. But a nice hit there by the snipers to block the play, and that's going to be sent down there by Brendan Connors, and just missing his forward. That will go down the length of the ice for an icing.
Just made that shot. Just a little bit too much on it. He was behind the red line when he made the shot, and so they can't get the change and have to come back. McMahon was on briefly just not long ago. Just looked a little bit flat. Interesting to see if he's under the weather a little bit or if he's okay.
Well, you're definitely on McMahon watch, right?
Yep.
It's his first game back, since the season, so I imagine he'll be huffing and puffing by the end of the game. The puck comes out here, and David Nelson is back, and Josh Walt will find him. So here's the steal of the draft, looking it deep, and that chipped off a player, and Kieran Brown will get it out, but intercepted by Corunna, sends it across to Warren. Shot saved there by Kieran Brown, and collected there by Connors, who will take that as he battles hard with Corunna. So far, the trade to trade the second pick over for Matt Corunna is looking great for the Bruins, as this line is just so dominant. And here's Walt now, takes it to the forehand, poke check there by Connors, kept in by Karutsev, and he'll send that deep in the corner to be collected by the captain, Warren. Warren with it on the backhand now, circling, finds Karutsev, just settles it down, takes a shot off the skate there of Connors and into the corner, and collected by Corunna.
Great sustained pressure here by the Bruins.
Again, when this line's on the ice, and here's David Nelson now looking across, finds a skate, and this is Lucas Subert for the Snipers getting the puck out. And here comes Lazzarato. He's got three players with him, drops it for Gallagher, wine shot, and that just missed the stick of Alex Koenig for a tap-in.
Good opportunity there for the Bruins, but now straight away back into a counter-attack.
So here comes Corunna. Wine stops, little stutter step, looking for some teammates to get in. He's being checked hard by Lazzarato, and all he can do is dump it in. And here comes Bobby Clark now with the puck, looking across for Webster, but off a skate, finds Birchler. Webster does a nice job just to get around Birchler, finds McMahon. He's going to send that over to his D partner in Cy Lake, who looks up, sends it back to the experienced McMahon. That comes up to the captain and Webster, finding Clark, and that just topples over his stick. Otherwise, he would have been in on a loan.
So Webster and McMahon combining beautifully there for that stretch pass.
And Webster's just so great with the puck, and he shows it there as he finds the young Spencer Nave, who whips one in, but misses the net. Cy Lake now chips it in, and that's going to go high and just stays in, and Michael McMahon's going to get the puck as he's being chased now by the young Gavin Birchler. So here's Liam Webster now off the boards, looking for Clark, and I think he just went a little offside, and he's just looking to Liam and saying, I wanted it here, not there.
Missed by that much. But if anyone's curious to know what we mean by T-blades, we've mentioned them every now and then. They're a type of skate blade design that came out in the late 90s, early 2000s, characterised by a bunch of round holes instead of the single hole in the bottom of the skate.
Yeah, worn by Ray Khalil over there, and let me tell you what, he looks great in them, that's for sure. So here's Birchler now with a shot in on Brown, and he's going to glove that, and he'll take a face-off anytime Liam Webster's on the ice, because he wins more of them than he doesn't, right?
That would be the maths of it. Yes, absolutely, Mr. Goss. You're showing us your statistical skills.
There we go. So Seb Bergstrom facing off against Liam, and look at that. Liam wins. So Webster wins the face-off, and here's Connors. He's going to just send that off the half wall and have Webster chase, And Webster just wasn't able to get that one past Morris, who's going to take that puck in for the Bruins. Comes off the skate awkwardly for Subert, but does a great job to get that out. And here comes Webster in on the off wing, winds. He's looking, takes a shot, and that was a shot pass. But a nice job by the Bruins to tie up young Spencer Nave, and here they come. Birchler looking for Pansino, but that missed him, and Cy Lake does a great job to get that over to McMahon. And McMahon now with speed, evades Walt, and he's in. 3 snipers. Michael McMahon takes it wide, drops it there for Gallagher with the shot. Saved there by Mikey James. With it again, though, is Gallagher as he collects the rebound, finds Lazzarato, sends a deflection, and that just goes wide. And another one here, Gallagher shot, save Mikey James. Oh my Lord.
That's just the sort of play I really like to see Michael McMahon get involved in. It really involves himself in the attack. And you can see the opportunity that creates. Most people kind of expect him to hold back a bit, come in and pass. But every now and then he involves himself deep, and you can see the opportunities that it makes.
Can we just appreciate the Mikey James windmill glove save, stack the pads right there on Logan Gallagher on his third opportunity?
We can appreciate that as well, absolutely.
Oh, man. Mikey James, you don't just stop the puck, you do it in style. So here's the aforementioned Logan Gallagher getting it back to his D-men in Lake, who plays pitch and catch with Michael McMahon. Looking forward, and that just hit the stick of Walton. Here comes Corunna with the backhand, and that just went wide. That's going to be collected, though, there by the captain and Warren. He's going to circle the top of the circles, get it down. Corunna with it, little stutter step. He's got Nelson and finds him. Nelson with space, waits for the traffic, sends a shot, and just wasn't able to find a stick. And Evan Karutzelev now here for the Bruins, able to collect and send over to Nelson. So the Bruins definitely with some good scoring opportunities, but the Snipers have turned up the heat quite a bit in the last little bit, and that's a nice little show pony dive there by Alex Koenig. Well done.
6 minutes to play. We are 1 goal to the Bruins and none to the Snipers.
And an unfortunate goal if you're the Snipers off the skate of Liam Webster. Otherwise, this would be all tied up. So the Snipers were able to withstand some of that pressure in that early parts. Although letting in 1 goal, they've definitely had some opportunities in their own end as well. So shaping up to be quite the game that we were expecting, isn't it, Carl?
Well, that's great. We thought this was going to be a close one, and so far it's proving to be exactly that.
So here's Subert backhanding it up to Liam Webster, but collected there by Keisha, playing against his old team. Sends that deep into the zone. Collected by Bobby Clark. He sends that up, and that was a pinching Ray Khalil. Nice job there to keep that puck in. Now he gets on his horse to get back as Liam Webster was wide open on the opposing blue line, but the Snipers were not able to find the target.
You can see Webster quite often with that broken play. He's popping himself just up on the blue line at the offensive corner over near the bench, just waiting for the stretch.
So that one chipped in on Brown, and that's always a nervous one when you got a bouncing puck coming too, but great save again by the netminder. And all the Snipers can do is chip that out into the zone. So far, with just over 5 minutes remaining, 1 goal lead shot there by McMahon, and that caroms into the corner. Puck now with Morris as he comes in. Little toe drag shot, save there by Brown, chip there by Morris on the rebound, and the puck came loose for a second, but saved by the bell.
I think if that goaltender there for the Snipers just kept them out of trouble. That was a 3-on-none opportunity, and a little bit lucky to get away with that. The Snipers, they'd overcommitted a little bit in attack. McMahon was way down the other end and caught out. And as much as we like him getting involved in attacks, he's got to turn around and get back when he's done it.
Well, here's this dangerous line of the Bruins, Walt, Warren, and Corunna. And that's just chips out, and here comes Logan Gallagher in all alone. Gallagher, shot, save, rebound, save! Mikey James with 2 saves on Logan Gallagher as he was in all alone. And as you look on this replay, he does a great job to stay away from Krutzlev, looks top, puck comes out, and got the rebound, but wasn't able to find that between the legs of Mikey James. Here comes Walt now, and he backhands that over to Corunna, who comes in over there on the right-hand side, finds Warren with the shot, save, it's loose. Nice job there by Cy Lake to clear the zone and negate a rebound opportunity.
There was a good chance there.
Here's Warren just calling for it. He was coming out late. Intercepted there, Lazzarato shot. Oh, blocked by his own teammate there, and it comes out in front with no one in the net. And the Snipers not able to pounce on that. That was a grade A scoring chance there for the Snipers. But here comes the always dangerous Matt Corunna. over, Wine, shot, save, rebound, comes loose, and just chipped up there by Connors, and Lazzarato is going to battle there with Kreutzlev, who's able to win that and get that deep. Stretched through, just off the stick of Gallagher, and the Bruins are going to come right back in as they dump that deep. And Todd Cutter looks there on Subert, and all he can do is get that out and allow the Bruins to regroup in their own zone. So a couple interceptions by the Snipers created some glorious scoring opportunities, but here late in the first, we're still at a one-goal game as the Snipers are going, and that's an interesting one. You know, he covered it. The referee wanted him to play it, and he dropped it, and you know, all that ends up happening is we kill a few seconds, and it comes all the way back down the ice for another faceoff. So
we're just over 2 minutes to go. The Bruins 1 goal, the Snipers 0. 11 shots on the net to the Bruins, to 9 for the Snipers in what is proving to be a very close tussle indeed. And as you say, Gossie, there's been a few odd player rushes.
You see that play just there on the replay, like the puck going through. I mean, when you see no goalie in the net and the puck in the blue, surely that finds the back of the net, but not so lucky for the Snipers. So a puck comes out, and that just bounces over the stick of Nelson, and he's going to go back into his own zone for the Bruins.
Just under 2 minutes to play in the first period.
Pass there over. Nice drop there by Birchler just to drop it there for Cutter, and he's coming in on the off wing here on the left side, or right side there of the netminder, depending which way you're looking. Puck now battled in, and Subert just rubs out Pansino, and the Snipers are going to have a little penalty here. And the Bruins are going to go on to the power play, and this could be trouble for the Snipers, as the Bruins have had great zone time and been able to move the puck quite well. And who else but they're putting out those big guns with Jordan Warren, Matt Corona, Gavin Birchler.
They just need to be careful that they don't overcommit on the attack, because the Snipers will get them short-handed.
So here's Corona, finds Warren, who's going to bring it over to the half wall and send that up for Keisha. He's going to fake that shot, was looking for Corona, but a nice stick there by Lazzarato. Corona collects it, and McMahon battles hard on him, and he collects it. Over there for the captain and Warren, waiting, having a look, fakes that shot. Gallagher's just watching him. He finds Keisha, back to Warren, over to Corona, wide open there on the half wall. He takes it to the top of the circles, over to Keisha, one-timer shot, save, rebound, another save there by Brown. With 40 seconds remaining, the puck's deep in the corner now with Birchler. He wraps that far over. He's got Warren calling for it on the half wall. He finds him. Warren winds up, sends it down, looking for Corona, but another nice stick there by Lazzarato. Nice turn by Corona, though. Walks down deep into the corner. Nice saucer pass over to Warren. He's going to wind, send it back, but can't get it past the stick of Michael McMahon. Oh, nice little spin move there by Corona, who winds, shots, and misses the net. That would have been a pretty one if he connected on there.
Just 7 seconds to go in the period. This will probably wind it out unless Gallagher can steal it and get a sneaky chip.
And a smart little play there by Keisha, as he knows there's not much time, no need to take the risk. And on a little bit of a nothing play, the Bruins threw it on net, knocked off the skate of the captain, Liam Webster, found the back of the net, and that's all we have. That's the difference.
Certainly is. It's been a cracker of a first period. Very intense, a lot of back and forwards, and quite a few odd player rushes there. And as we know, they're the most dangerous thing in hockey. Both teams doing a good job of containing the puck in front of the net and tidying up any loose play. And there's been a few juicy rebounds, but no one's been able to capitalise on them so far. The end of the first, it is 1 goal to the Bruins, 0 to the Snipers, and 12 shots to the Bruins to 9 to the Snipers. It doesn't always tell the full story of that statistic, but it's there, and that's what we have, so that's what we have to use. One penalty in that period, and the Bruins will be starting the second with still about 50 seconds, I should say, of power play to go.
I'm not going to take anything away from the Jordan Warren led Bruins. They've been unreal, and no better than those first 3 or 4 minutes where they just controlled the zone time. I mean, I think it took 4 or 5 minutes just for the Snipers to have a touch of the puck in the neutral zone, let alone the offensive zone. But I think if I'm Liam Webster and I'm on the bench, as he is right now, talking to his squad, I think I'm saying, guys, we've had some unlucky bounces.
Yep.
We've been in it, unlucky bounce off my skate goes in, whatever. We can't change that. Down the other end, we've had opportunities. The bounces just haven't gone our way. Keep doing what we're doing and try to negate that Warren, Walt, Corona line, because they're the ones doing all the damage right now.
In coach's jargon, you'd be saying trust your processes and just keep doing it. You're absolutely right. So, but remember too, any team with Michael McMahon on it is also always a threat. because he can, as we've just seen, create a lot of space and opportunities. He just needs to remember he did get caught out on one of them. He involved himself quite nicely in 2 attacks in that first period, but on one occasion he got stuck a little bit too deep, a bit overcommitted, and that did result in quite a decent rush for the Bruins. And they're a bit lucky they got saved there.
For the young
snipers.
Yeah, for the young goalies out there as well. It's interesting. I was watching Mikey James over there, just doing a little intermission work. He's tracking, moving the blocker, moving it up, moving the glove, fanning out those pads, right? Because when that puck's in close, you really want to be able to move those pads out and really be able to trace that puck. So let's see. As of now, there's 1 goal separating these teams, but there's 1 man less on the ice for the Snipers as the Bruins.
Another key win for a face-off there by Webster, who just got it back to McMahon, who just dumped the puck down the other end to run more time off the clock.
And here's Warren with speed now, takes that in. He's going to take that wide, but he's being watched by McMahon, and McMahon just able to muscle him off the puck. But Walt's able to collect that and send that back for Corunna, who just misses that, and here comes Bobby Clark chasing him down. But he was able to find the safety of Nathan Keisha, who now pitches that back over to Corunna, who now takes it over the blue line. He's got Warren behind him, but he'll take that deep into the corner. Corunna with it still, finds Warren, who sends it over to Keisha. Keisha's got traffic in front, over to Corunna. Corunna wine shot, saved by Kieran Brown.
We have a whistle at the end of the whistle. When the puck is dropped, we'll be back to 5-on-5.
That was a great play there by Nathan Keisha. He had the puck, and there were bodies in front of the net. And one may argue bodies in front of the net, throw that on. But what that also means is the goalie can't see you. So he fakes the shot, sends that across to the always dangerous Matt Corunna. And Kieran Brown was able to get across and make the save. And we're back to 5-on-5. There's Khalil with the shot.
Anytime you get a chance to shoot on the net, it's dangerous, as we know only too well. Sometimes the crappiest shots can go in when a goalie's on fire and blocking absolutely everything that you'd think dollars to nothing is going in for sure, and they pull magic out.
So on the ice.
Then there's the most ordinary shots go in.
Yeah, on the ice right now are those infamous T-blades you were talking about, Carl, and boy, do they look snazzy out there. There's Khalil.
What you can't tell from the coverage on the live stream is that they sound different. They've got quite a distinct noise.
So here's Nelson now here for the Bruins, taking it into the corner. You've got Pansino there just on the point, patrolling it there, taking a shot, blocked there by Koenig, and Lazzarato not able to get that out. Captain T-Blades, Ray Khalil, sends that deep down into the far corner, and Lucas Subert will get there first. But a nice pinch there by the Bruins, keeps that in, sends that in front for Cutter, and he's not able to get a shot on as that caroms into the corner. Puck now with it is Subert, who sends it out for Koenig, and Koenig's out there with Gallagher, and he not able to get past the hand-eye coordination of David Nelson. David Nelson calling for the puck now, but Cutter will bring it back himself. He'll now drop it for Nelson, but a little bit of miscommunication, and Lazzarato now will chase him, but always patient, and the poise of David Nelson now takes that through the neutral zone into the offensive zone. Winds up, but a nice stick there by the young Cy Lake to just force the Canadian into the corner. Nelson still with it, reverses it there. Warren's battling there against Subert and hits him hard, and the puck now comes out. And Pansino forced to evade a couple snipers, and he does a nice move to chip that past Koenig. But 2 snipers in Gallagher and Cy Lake able to keep that in, and Pansino gets dropped to the floor, and with that, he'll take a rest.
So I'm quite impressed by the way Lake's been playing so far. He was very active on that last penalty kill. Did a great job.
And there, Walt just falls down in the corner being watched by Webster. He pushed that over with his glove, and with Dylan Morris touching that, that's a hand pass, and the faceoff will come out into the neutral zone.
So defensive players are allowed to move the puck with their hands. So I guess if you're not sure of the way the rule works, if it's in your own defensive zone, you can hand pass. In any other part of the rink, if it touches a hand, it has to go straight to ground.
The only place you're not allowed to touch it in the defensive zone is inside the blue paint of the crease.
And then the goalie's got it.
Yeah, and if you do that as an offensive player, like a player, not your goalie in the defensive zone, that is a penalty shot. But here the Bruins looking across. Nice job there by Nave looking for Webster, but just misses him, and that allows Walt to keep that in and send that deep. Puck comes across now. Here's Warren. Out challenging was Brown, and he was able to stop that, and Webster chips it and keeps that out, but Krutzev able to get back on his feet and come out. But Bobby Clark now over the blue line for the Snipers, takes a shot, caroms off a stick and finds Nave. Nave was looking to send that in front to Clark, but too many yellow jerseys in the way, and that bounced off a leg and behind the net.
You can just see there too, Liam Webster making a great job.
Oh, nice chip by Warren, and we've got a 2-on-1. Walt with Corona takes the shot. Oh, and just missed the net as Walt tried to fake that pass over and sit that short side, but wasn't able to find the goal. And here's Walt now with a backhand, sends it in front, and a sprawling Kieran Brown makes another save.
Just commenting earlier that Liam Webster was doing a great job of just finding some space, just in the high slot position on that previous attack by the Snipers. The Bruins not quite covering up on him perhaps as much as they need to. He scored a lot of goals from that spot. They need to keep their eye on it.
Lazzarato wins the face-off, and that's Connors there for the Snipers, taking it behind his own net. He sends it off the half wall, looking for Lazzarato, but Lazzarato will get there first, forcing James out, who does a nice little move to backhand that into the corner. Mikey James definitely knows how to play the puck, and he does it better than most in this country. But the puck comes out in a nice stick by Ray Khalil, stopping that pass across crease, as that would have been a glorious scoring opportunity. And here's Logan Gallagher, winds, shots, just misses, and Lazzarato there battling with Keisha, and Keisha able to chip that over to Cutter. Cutter sends that up over to Birchler. Nice stick there by Connors to send that up to Gallagher. Gallagher's all over the puck, and here he is again. Shot, scores! Oh, Logan Gallagher with the snipe as he picks that up on the blue line and makes no mistake as he shoots that over the shoulder of Mikey James to tie the game at 1.
I've got to say, Gossie, I think that's one of the most beautiful pieces of puck handling that we've seen today. Just the way Gallagher carried that through the pressure and made himself a bit of time and space, and then just a chip from not the best of angles. What a beautiful shot.
Logan.
There is 3 of them, actually.
You did an amazing job just there, and Carl here said you were going to have a great game today, and you're proving him right. Well done there for the Snipers, and we've got a 1-1 game. We're back to the beginning. It's anyone's game, Carl. This is what we hope for on Friday nights.
Mine getting a little bit tangled up by a great forecheck, but they play it out again.
And there's Webster, and nice job there by Bobby Clark, just to have a look up to see who's with him, and wasn't able to get the puck into the front to Nave, and Nave's battling hard there on the experienced Nelson, who's coming in, and McMahon eventually separates him from the puck. Now Clark will pin Birchler there and allow his captain to come out here into the neutral zone, and he whips that over for Nave, and Nave on his off wing, just stutter step there, finds Clark. Clark with a shot, saved there by James, and he picks that with the stick and puts that into the oven mitt. He's seen enough. He just wants a face-off and allow his big boys to come over the bench as we see Corona, Walt, and Bergstrom.
I've got to say, Gossie, this is the game that we were hoping for this evening. We knew it was going to be close. It was going to be a cracker, and it doesn't get much better than 1-1 halfway through the second.
I'll tell you what, we've watched Logan now for about a year, and I can tell you he's looking a lot bigger. He looks like he's been putting on some weight in the weight room, and it seems to be working. He's playing with an extra little bit of speed, a little bit more niggle, and that shot shows he definitely knows how to score. But here's Keisha now with a shot. Kick save there by Kieran Brown, and that's Koenig just reversing it for Lake.
Something else about Logan Gallagher, his sister. She's also particularly good. She played recently in the CCM National Women's Tournament here and was, to my mind, the player of that entire tournament. She's pretty good too. So it's a brother and sister combination there, and his sister is an excellent hockey player as well. But Gallagher, certainly with that goal, he showed us Vajesk. Vajasov-esque. I'll get there eventually. Yeah. Sort of hands to get through there and create that beautiful opportunity and that beautiful goal.
Great hockey family. His dad's an absolute beauty as well. So no doubt his kids are wonderful too.
His mum is actually playing in our C2B League division here as well.
There you go. Great hockey family of Australia, the Gallaghers. And here he is chasing in on Krutzev, who sends that up on the half wall for Bergstrom to give chase. But a nice job there by Koenig, but maybe, a little bit too much stick, and he's going to be going to the box if Walt doesn't score here. He drops it to Corona, who sends it in. A nice blocker arm save there by Brown. And as Koenig touches it up, he will sit in the box for 2 or less.
For a slash?
Yeah.
And not that sort of slash. A slash on the wrist.
Oh, well, they're giving it They're giving it there for Gallagher. I mean, it looked as if it was Koenig there on the corner, but perhaps there was a play that we didn't see. So apologies, Alex. Your play was great. It must have been Logan with a little bit too much ticky-tacky.
Snipers now having to do their second penalty kill for the game.
So here we are. It's the Snipers sending it out. That was Subert all the way down, and nice little stick tap there by Mikey James. Everything he does with style, eh? But here's Webster now, collects it. Nice little move, brings it to the forehand, a cross shot, save! Another shot, save! Mikey James, a sure chance opportunity, sticks out the pad and blocks the short-handed chance, and here it comes down the other way with Birchler. We're gonna have to see that one again. I could have sworn Bobby Clark was going to have that one in the back of the net, but the Bruins were bailed out by their netminder. And here comes the puck. Rebound. Nice save there by Brown. Connors now will send that down the length. He hits the stanchion and awkwardly bounces across, but David Nelson will be able to collect that here for the Bruins.
Just over a minute to go in the power play for the Snipers.
For
the Bruins.
Here's Walt. So far, the most dangerous scoring opportunity was Liam Webster and Bobby Clark, as Webster made a couple nice moves and then sent it across to a gaping net, but the outstretched Inspector Gadget-like legs of Mikey James able to shut the door. And here's Warren now. He sends that over to Nelson. Takes the shot, blocked there, back to Nelson, finds Warren. So the Bruins starting to set up here. They've got some possession. Warren sends it down to Birchler. Wines, shots, glove saved by Kieran Brown.
That save will help run the clock down. We've got about 30 seconds to go on the power play for the Bruins. Snipers doing an excellent job so far of containing it. And as you say, Gossie, will very nearly getting a shorty. And don't we just love shorty? And don't you hate it when you get one done to you?
Oh, I mean...
It's the worst.
I'm telling you, I could watch Mikey James every day. The guy he makes saves he has no business making. And it should be a 2-1 game. With that great pass by Webster over to Bobby Clark, and nothing on Clark there. He put it where he was supposed to, but James was just able to make the save. Here comes Keisha, though, over the blue line. Wines takes a shot, and that misses the net, and Logan Gallagher is now back out on the ice, and he's got a little extra fire in him as he wasn't sure that he should have been sitting for those two, and he lays the body there on Keisha. He's having a couple words there to Nathan as well. And Mikey McMahon now finds Koenig, but a little too hot to handle. And out comes Mikey James, and he covers that up there on the hash marks.
So James is having an outstanding game in the net today for the Bruins. He's denied a couple of great opportunities.
Look at this. The second one too. Mikey James, unreal.
You expect your goalie to save the first shot, but it's the second and the third effort that really come to their own.
There's not much Clark could have done there. I mean, maybe if he got an extra foot on it, but I mean, who says that there wouldn't be another way that that Mikey would have saved that? So great job there by the netminder for the Bruins, keeping this a 1-1 game. That was Koenig looking for his defenseman in McMahon, but picked off there by the Bruins. And here comes Pansino on the backhand shot, scores! What a shot! That's a backhand. What a great goal there by Christian Pansino as he brings that puck in. A little inside-outside, top cheese.
Now, Gossie, I'm going to make a little point here for any beginner hockey players who are watching that. It's an uncharacteristic mistake by Michael McMahon. He's done a high challenge up on the blue line, and he's been beaten, which is often the case. The attacking player doesn't have to do much to get past you, and that's created that odd player opportunity. So McMahon just caught out a little bit.
Yeah, there wasn't much room there, but Kieran Brown just backing up maybe a little too quick. But let's not take anything away from that backhand. That was a roof. There we go. So we've now got a 2-1 game as the Bruins are able to answer. And just like we saw in the game previously, you come down one way and Bobby Clark robbed by Mikey James, and moments later the Bruins go down and score their own. But here's Webster in for another save by Mikey James, and another rebound there by Subert. Puck caroms into the corner, collected, sent off the half wall, and out with it is Warren, who's going to send that for Walt to give a chase. So another save by this time the left pad of for the Snipers. Puck comes around now. That's Nave sending it up, kept in by Kruslev. Deflection, but a nice kick save there by Brown. Puck in the corner. Cutter sends it back to Corunna, who sends a shot, and that was the official just dodging that one. And Webster now finds Bobby Clark, and Clark just keeps that away from Corunna, finds Nave, who just sends that deep for Webster to give chase, but Warren now for the Bruins collects it, and he sends it up for Corunna, who's 1-on-3 as Nave did a great job back-checking. It comes to Cutter, walks in, winds up, shot off the crossbar. Great job there, only showing pass, but eventually taking the shot, and if that was an inch lower, Todd Cutter would have had the third goal of the game.
Cutter with a beautiful piece of deception there. To all eyes, he was going to pass it. And then it was just a beautiful sneaky shot.
So here come the snipers, but just missing that pass. David Nelson able to send that deep onto Brown, who will pitch that forward to McMahon. He finds Gallagher now. Nice job to evade Kreutzlev, and he falls down now. So the Bruins will go on the penalty kill if they don't get scored on here, and Lazarotto reverses that, and as David Nelson touches up, Kreutzlev will go for 2 for tripping as he went to hit Gallagher, and Gallagher just did a nice job there to dip, dodge, and duck, and try to get away.
With regards to the tripping rule too, the referee has no discretion. If a player's stick gets tangled up in someone's leg, intentional or otherwise, and they lose their footing, it's an automatic 2-minute penalty. They don't have any discretion in that to say whether it was accidental or deliberate.
Oh,
It's just what it is.
There was another.
The Snipers get their first power play of the game.
Yeah, we just saw that replay again of that other save. So he's got one amazing save with the left pad, another great save with the right pad. I mean, is there a piece of the equipment Mikey James hasn't made a save with yet?
I don't think he's used his head yet.
Oh, there's time. So the puck comes out, and here's Christian Pansino, the goal scorer, cuts in front, winds up, shot, and that one just went wide. He hits Cy Lake and collects it now. So Pansino, the Bruins' most recent goal scorer with that great backhand top shelf, he's battling hard 1-on-3, evades one, evades another, and now he'll just send that deep as he'll go for a change. Great penalty kill there, shift by Pansino. And this is David Nelson still with it. He's going to send it across the Cutter, and one may argue who has 5 and who has 4 at this moment.
Oh, here's the opportunity now for the Snipers.
So this is Koenig, and
Gallagher just offside.
Yeah, just 1 or 2 extra little stick handles, and Gallagher just tipsy-toed over the blue line, and we'll have a face-off.
But it does mean it's an opportunity for a little bit of a controlled win. If Webster can win this one and get it back to his players, he's got a good chance.
Yeah, he's got Connors behind him, and that was trying to win forward by Birchler, and nearly worked, but a great check there by Webster. Puck comes now to Webster. Spencer Nave just looking, wondering what to do, and that fortuitously bounced off a Bruin and just stayed in momentarily, but that deflected out of play and kill more valuable seconds off this power play.
What we have here too, Gossi, is this is playing right into Lamb's absolute wheelhouse here with an offensive zone face-off.
He's going to try to win that over to Clark, and he does, and now he's going to find it to Connors, who's going to send that back across over for Clark, but who's going to get there first? It's Gavin Birchler, and he's going to send that down the length of the ice, forcing Connors back.
Just 15 seconds now to go on the power play. This will be the Snipers' last chance on this particular power play.
And with 38 seconds remaining in the game, arguably the last chance.
In the period, Gossi.
The period,
it's not
sorry.
over yet.
yes, you're right. And there's a pass up by Brown over to Clark, tried to chip it forward, and Ray Cleo loses it to Webster. Webster now battling in on Keisha. He put an arm on the defender. He's lucky not to get a penalty there. And Keisha now with speed into the offensive zone. Stops up, takes a shot, rings that off the shaft there of Kieran Brown. And with that, we'll end the second period as the Bruins and Snipers trade goals. An absolute snipe by Logan Gallagher over the top right shoulder of Mikey James, and down the other way, a beautiful backhand top shelf there by Christian Pansino. But if it weren't for the left and right pad of Mikey James, this could be a very different game, wouldn't you say, Carl?
Well, it certainly could, but I think we also saw a great opportunity there also by who was it who got that beautiful shot? I've completely forgotten. One of the Bruins came down with a great opportunity, just couldn't quite finish it off. I think it was Toddy Cutter, who just came in on a beautiful rush. There was 3 in, and it looked like to all eyes he was going to pass it, but he's done this beautiful sneaky little shot from nowhere that took everyone by surprise, and it just rimmed off the post. It was a great opportunity. So just a reminder too, the round 2 of the draft is coming up. So on the 31st of January, It will be live streamed. Each team gets to pick 2 extra players. If you want to be involved in that draft, you can express an interest through the iceHQ website, icehq.com.au/draft. And that will give you some information there if you're interested in getting involved in the draft. I would suggest that you need to be reasonably good. So, I'm certainly not signing up. I don't know about you, Gossie. Some old man, absolutely not. But we've seen a magnificent second period here, and as you say, Gossie, we're going into the long break now. There's an ice cut. We'll be back in about 10 minutes. And just to bring you up to speed on the stats so far, the Bruins 21 shots to the Snipers 15, and we have 2 goals to the Bruins and 1 to the Snipers. So the third period promises to be an absolute ripper. We thought it would be. We thought this would be the game of the round, and it certainly has been so far. It's been enormously entertaining. We'll be back in about 10 minutes.
This game is our canvas.
Our choice, our freedom.
It's my way.
And mine.
And mine.
And mine.
It's the only way.
The ice doesn't discriminate.
It doesn't see color or gender.
All it sees is 60 minutes of pure effort.
A pure fun.
On the ice, we might be enemies.
But in the end, we're all allies.
This game's for everyone.
No matter who you are,
No matter where we're from, we're all ready to hit the ice.
Welcome back to iceHQ Ice Rink in Reservoir, Melbourne, Australia, for the third period of round 2, game 2 of the iceHQ Pro Summer League here at iceHQ Ice Rink. I'm Carl Brewer again, joined by Anton Goss to bring you the third period of what is proving to be an absolute thriller of a game here between the Snipers and the Bruins. It's 2 goals to the Bruins, 1 to the Snipers. This one could go anyone's way. The Snipers have been playing particularly well. They've been denied on a number of occasions by some excellent tending by Mikey James in the net for the Bruins, who is having an absolute blinder of a game. In goalie parlance, it's been often said that they're standing on their heads, which is kind of a weird expression, but that's what goalies say. He's certainly been very, very difficult to score against indeed, but only Logan Gallagher able to sneak a goal past him with a beautiful goal early in the second. Nathan Caichy scored in the first for the Bruins, and then Christian Piscino scored towards the, just with 5 minutes to go in the third, to put the Bruins back in front when they're all tied up for the vast majority of the second period. Will be underway very shortly. Anton Goss, what's going to happen in the third?
Well, I hope what we saw so far this game, right? I mean, to be honest, the only thing separating these teams is that unfortunate deflection off the skate of Liam Webster.
Yep, it's been a cracker. It's very, very close indeed. 15 shots to the Snipers, 21 to the Bruins, but we know that's not a true representation of the game. To my mind, so far, one of the most outstanding players we've seen has actually been Cy Lake, working in D for the Snipers. He's done a great job of shutting down a lot of attacks from, as we know, the Bruins have a great rush.
And here he is passing over to Webster, who sends it right back to him. So here's Cy Lake now with the puck off the wall. And you know, you could argue that that the Bruins have controlled the pace of play, but the Snipers have just been robbed by the Bruins netminder. I mean, it could easily be 1 goal to the good for the Snipers, but as it stands, it's a 2-1 game, and that was a dangerous pass collected there by McMahon, who does a little alley-oop pass looking for Gallagher. But
when 2 teams are this close, it often comes down to a bit of puck luck, and that's what we've seen.
Yeah, and there's Brown just trying to chip that away from Warren, who was able to collect, and he takes that behind the net. Stick check there by McMahon, who rims it around up for Lazzarato, who now sends it up to Gallagher. He waits, looking for a streaking Koenig, who comes in over the blue line. He puts that into space, and Mikey James comes out and chips that out. Gallagher not able to get there first. That was Nelson getting it out to the blue line, and just able to keep that in as Jamie Law took a little double check, and with the puck going down the rest of the ice, we have an icing, and there'll be a face-off to the right of Mikey James.
So Bruins not able to change. The Snipers with the luxury of putting some fresh legs on the ice. Looks like they haven't done very much of it. And they get a chance for a face-off with Liam Webster, looking like he's on his forehand, if he might get a forehand shot on the net.
Yeah, we've seen a little bit of a lineup change now. We were seeing before Warren always out on the ice there with Corona and Walt, and now what we see is usually 2 of the 3. And here's Warren now as he takes that over the blue line, curls, takes a shot in, saved there by Brown, and the rebound finds the safety of his defenseman in Connors, who just wasn't able to find Bobby Clark. And although Spencer Nave did a nice job to chase that down, first back was Morris, and we'll have a face-off.
So the reason Nave there was doing that chase is if you beat the Bruins to the puck, you actually negate the icing. So you get a bit of a foot race. Now the referee has to make the call by the time they get to the face-off dots. It's a bit of an arbitrary thing, but there is a purpose in Nave making that chase.
So face-off won there by Webster, and the puck comes out to Subert. He circles his net and finds Clark. The Snipers through Clark now dump that in, and Spencer Nave and Liam Webster will give chase, and it's Liam Webster there that gets it over to Clark. Sent in front, just out of the reach there of Nave, and that's David Nelson chipping that forward. And here comes the goal scorer, Christian Pansino, in backhand. Oh, and a stick check there by Cy Lake stops a goal, and Lucas Subert puts Pansino on his pants.
But, more great play there by Cy Lake. What a magnificent piece of back checking by him.
Nice pass there.
Like he was beaten.
Nelson with the shot. Kick save there by Kieran Brown. And Subert chips it off the wall, but only as far as Pansino. Pansino on the half wall just evades Subert. Circles that down in a pinch. David Nelson collects it and reverses it back for Birchler. He walks in front looking for a Bruin stick. We've got Ray Khalil on the opposite side, but Birchler still with it. Wine shot, scores! Gavin Birchler walking out of the corner, takes a shot and through traffic. I don't think Kieran Brown saw that. What do you think? Let's see this on the replay.
Doesn't look like he saw it at all.
Yeah, that was a great job. David Nelson just doing a little drive-by as he skated in front of Kieran Brown. And by the looks of it, Kieran thinks David was a little close, but that puck found the back of the net, and the Bruins are now out to the first 2-goal lead of the hockey game.
There's no interference in that whatsoever. It was well outside the blue area. Why? There may have been some contention if there's a player inside the blue crease and they interfere with the goalie, then there can be goaltender interference. But it certainly wasn't the case in that one. Fair goal.
Yeah, Nelson just did enough to take Kieran's eye off the puck, and that was all Birchler needed to put that in the back of the net.
Beautifully timed screen. He had no idea it was coming.
So here's Warren now. Nice job to evade Gallagher. He whips that on off the skate of McMahon into the corner, and a pinching Keisha collects it. Keisha down in the point, replacing him in the point was Walt. He looked for him, but instead sends it down for Warren. Warren now being watched by Koenig. It comes out to Ray Khalil, who threw that in, but not with not much mustard, and the Bruins were able to recollect. Here's Khalil now, shot deflected off the stick of the sniper. Koenig battled that, and here come 3 snipers. Nice pass by Lazzarato up to Gallagher. Gallagher shot, and that deflects off the stick of Walton High. And here we come, the Bruins the other way, and Lazzarato just touches that, and it looks as if Mikey James is a little upset with how his stick got put into the corner. Let's see if we can see this on the replay. So that was just, saved there by James, and Gallagher just went hard to the net and knocked the stick out of the hand, and Mikey James still talking to the official there, and he shakes his head and says, if anybody touches me, that should be a penalty.
He might have stuck his stick out and thrown it. Who knows?
You never know. We did see that the other day. Who was it? Your Bruins, Allmark tossing the stick at Mitch Marner there the other night. That should have been a penalty.
You always get Leafs fans whinging about something.
Oh, yeah. Well, here comes Liam Webster in on the blue line. He curls back, still with it dropped. And a shot now saved by James with the puck's loose behind the net. First to it is Cutter there in the corner, and he's got some time, so he'll look up and find Morris, who chips that now up, but a nice pinch there by Subert. Finds Webster, stood up there by Karutzelev, and out with the puck comes Cutter. He finds Pansino. He's got a streaking Birchler. Looks for him, but couldn't find the stick. And they nearly connected, the 2 most recent goal scorers, Pansino and Birchler. Cutter chips that in, and first one back is the young Spencer Nave. He's hit by Pansino, and Pansino drops his stick and picks it back up, and Kreutzlev pinches now and takes the shot. Pad save. Karam's off the stick of Walt, into the corner, and that now comes out to Connors. In with it, Pansino, and he chips that in, and that goes off the hand of Mr. Ralph Koenig there on the bench of the Snipers, and we should have a face-off in the neutral zone in front of the Sniper bench.
Certainly will. We're just over 12 minutes to play now. The lead out to the Bruins 3-1.
So I'm waiting to see the Freight Ray. Mr. Captain T-Blance, Ray Khalil, promised some bruising hits. We've got 11 minutes and 24 seconds. Let's see if he can lay one on one of the Snipers. Puck comes out, nice stick there, and that almost bounced off Lazzarato to a Bruin, but instead Karam's out into the neutral zone, and first back is the aforementioned Ray Khalil, who reverses it over to Nelson. Collected there by Gallagher, sends it in, deflected there, and it loops! Did it go in? Where's the puck? Oh, and it's not in as the ref comes there. That was an awkward bounce, as we see on the replay. That was stolen by Gallagher. He sent it in, just deflected, and the puck comes loose, and so it's almost Ray Khalil, I think, right there, laying down on the ice to keep that out.
Let's watch this from top down, Gossie. Let's see if it see what happened.
That was Koenig with the deflection, and there it is. Yeah. Oh, I don't know, Ray.
But, in the meantime,
you nearly put your hands on that one. That could have been a penalty shot. I think you're a little lucky there, if you guys do say so myself.
Bruins just caught offside on that rush that we missed while we were distracted by the replay.
Yeah, if you watch Mikey James, any moment of opportunity he gets, he just squares up, gets down into that butterfly and reminds himself, probably says the mantra, I am the best goalie in the Pacific or in the Pro Hockey League. Because he's definitely performing that way early on. But here comes Lazzarato now on Khalil, turns around him, but Khalil's going to win the puck. Reversed over there, and that's Corunna, able to find Nelson, who just chips that away from Gallagher and reverses it over into the skates of Warren, who now finds Corunna. The always dangerous Matt Corunna winds, shot, just misses. and David Nelson just not able to keep that in, and he'll be forced back into his own zone. Head up, though. He sends it off the half wall to the captain, Warren, who bumps into his good buddy, Josh Walt, and that puck just stayed out, and with Matt Corona bringing that in, we're going to have a face-off just here in front of where you and I are standing. We got front row seats.
We have the best seats, well, the second best seats in the house. I think, Gossie, the best seats in the house are when you're actually playing the game. But,
you're not wrong.
It's pretty good from where I'm standing.
So here's Seb Bergstrom with a nice big smile to Bobby Clark. Face-off won again by Liam Webster. I wish it was a stat that we counted here, because Liam hasn't lost many tonight.
No, he's done particularly well.
So deep here.
You have a face-off specialist against, could be partially described as part-timers. It's not quite an unfair contest, but it's pretty close to it.
So Kruslev there battling, and that was Subert reaching around, lucky not to get a penalty. Cutter now sending it over to Bergstrom, who has it. He's going to try to drop it, but that, just a little miscommunication between Bergstrom, and that's going to allow Webster through, and they're going to need some work from the captain if they're going to get back in this game, and that shot just went wide.
Just under 8 minutes to play with a 2-goal lead. The Bruins 3, the Snipers 1.
How many times have we seen Liam Webster put his team on his back and score right about now to get his team back in?
This is when he needs to.
So here's Cy Lake with the puck. He's going to backhand that over to McMahon, who will give it right back to where it came, and now Cy Lake will break out into the neutral zone. He'll send that up to Koenig, who just chipped that and met to Karuselev, and all Cy Lake can do is send that down the rest of the ice. Puck now with Birchler, and he's got a little bit of a head start there on McMahon, but McMahon does a great job just to turn him back. Birchler still with it on the forehand, though. Dishes it into the corner, and that's going to get shot down not the length of the ice, as a curling puck will come right on net, and David Nelson now will collect it and just fork that out and nearly into the Bruins bench. I think that hit the open door and came back in.
One of the things that's often not realised about Michael McMahon is just how fast he is. He doesn't look quick, but he's got such a beautiful skating style. When he moves, his speed and his acceleration is second to none in this grade.
And he uses his edges well to create space. But here's another guy that can skate. Walt winds up shot, and that one just whistled wide. But with another one, pad save there by Brown. So Brown now up to 23 saves. He's keeping his team in it. There's still a chance, but that's not going to help. Warren with the shot, and he just Walt just misses the net there on a nice dish from Corona. It's going to come out to Morris now. He's going to backhand it over to Corona, who's going to wind shot and miss the net again. So the Bruins have just lost the targets here. They can't seem to get one on the net.
They have, but they've turned the intensity up about 5%. And
here you go. Here's Lazzarato intercepted, and out comes Gallagher, just out of the reach, and David Nelson with the poise, able to get back and just curl away from the young sniper.
But
still with it
interestingly enough,
Nelson.
there you might have noticed there was 4 Bruins and just the 2 Snipers.
So here's Corona on his off wing. Nice little move to get around Subert, who hauls him down, comes out in front, shot, scores! Matt Corona hauled down, chips it back to his captain, and Jordan Warren throws that top cheddar. And we've got another goal. What a pass, Matt Corona. That was OV-esque from his backside, just able to curl that back. And Jordan Warren, Johnny on the spot. He's not going to miss many of those.
Not from that spot. It was a bit of a gift for him, but there was a penalty coming anyway, so that's nullified the penalty. So they won't get the penalty now because they scored the goal.
Is there an award for pass of the game? I mean, Matt Corona.
There can be if you want to make an award for
it. How on
earth
did he make that save? If there's any sponsors that are listening, feel free to let us know if you want to be the sponsor of the pass of the game, because Matt Corona would have had that one there. Alrighty, so we're up to 4-1 now here for the Bruins over the Snipers. And they just seem to be edging a little bit closer to this victory after a great second period by Mikey James, keeping the Snipers at bay. And the puck's now out with Kieran Brown far out of it, and Lucas Subert just stopped a glorious opportunity. And here comes Webster, takes it to the backhand, brings it forehand, backhand post! Oh, the triple deke. Not able to finish, as that just rung off the post, as he probably had Mikey James beat, and I think that's what Mikey James was saying. But here comes the speed of Birchler, shot off the post. Hey, it's ring-a-ding-ding, post to post. We got a few Angels getting their wings tonight.
Webster doing absolutely everything he can to get his Snipers team back in the game.
Pensy